Gather round, guys. Gather round. How about that? First time ever that Nuneaton Borough has beaten a Premier League team in its entire history. What an awesome job. Couldn't be happier. Take the day off tomorrow. We'll see you in 2 days. We'll get back at it. Heads up. Here we go. Hello everybody, welcome to Devotion to Promotion. We have a ton of stuff to cover, but the biggest news perhaps is that the demons are gone. Whatever was haunting us for the month before the previous episode has completely vanished and things have been wonderful. Amazingly, that even involved beating Crystal Palace in the FA Cup rematch away at their home ground. So we're on in the FA Cup round. First time we've ever beaten a Premier League club. So wow, it's so many things to share. So we'll take a look at the table, take a look at the results, take a look at some thoughts on why it's happened. Then we're going to dig into a match against Sheffield Wednesday. Got some little bit of transfers to look at, but let's get started. As always, as we start out, if you would hit the like button, that's always greatly appreciated. And then if you're new, please consider subscribing. Love to have you along for the ride. So let's dig in and take a look at first of all, let's take a look at the table because it's different now. When we last left, I think we were in like 18th or 19th, like 6 or 7 points above the relegation zone. Now we're 10 points away from relegation, and we have a match in hand because our match against Fulham was called off because of a waterlogged field for a little bit. So, and check out the results. So we have risen away still work to do, right? All those things, kind of thing like that. But 27 matches, we've got 35 points. We need probably 50 really to be safe this year. So 19 matches to go, 15 points. We're ahead of pace anyway. And the momentum has shifted, which is really good. Let's take a look at our schedule because here we go. When we last left, we had been that horrible run where we lost 7 of 9. Then we played Blackburn, who we really should have gotten more points from, but we drew at home 1-1. Since then, though, check it out. We beat Reading 3-0. I think they're in 5th place when we played them. We beat Burnley, 1st place Burnley, 2-1. We drew against Millwall down at the bottom of the table, but then we came back and we beat Southend, so we won 3 of our next 4 to get 10 points in those 4 matches. Then Crystal Palace comes in the FA Cup at home. We score in the 94th minute to get a 1-1 draw that forces a rematch that we went and we win 3-2 in extra time. Same thing here with Swansea, which is, I think they're in 4th place when we played them. Playing them away, Fiorini scores in the 94th minute to give us a draw. We've had some heroics. Burnley, we scored in the 93rd minute to win. It's been crazy last-minute heroics to get us victories and things like that. But just a wild stretch of a wild month since that kind of despair that we were in earlier on. So lots of good things happening. And I wanted to mention a little bit of kind of what may have worked. Couple things, I think. First up is that Fiorini, the guy we picked up, the central midfielder, a $7 million player, £7 million player, our most valuable player, who is now actually hurt. He's got a hernia. He just got one, so he's out for a month. But he's been really good. 7.10 rating, kind of playing really nicely in that midfield. He scored 2 goals against Crystal Palace to give us that draw. So he's looked really good, kind of solidified our midfield. But combining with that was something that I think it was Alan Butterworth was talking about in some of the comments from the previous episode, which was suggesting maybe to go a little bit more offensive. And I was kind of thinking about that and then thinking about one more thing, which is the idea that Simon Walsh, who's one of our best players, defensive midfielder, we had him back here, but it just wasn't working. We weren't scoring goals and we were giving up goals. It's kind of slow death in a lot of our matches. And so we just didn't look good, even against weak teams, strong teams, whatever. So I thought, screw it. Let's kind of thinking about what Alan said. So yeah, maybe let's just tilt things a little bit more offensive. So, then I wondered if Walsh could play midfielder, central midfielder as a defensive, deep lying playmaker. So I pushed him up, pushed us positive, went into this 4-3-3 formation. And since then, we just haven't looked back. He's kind of like a Conte type of player, I think, where he's really good at changing the direction of the ball. The other team's coming down, attacking on our goal. He slides over, intercepts the ball, makes a pass, and gets us going the other way. So, even though he's, 7.2 rating, and he's only got 2 assists and 15 appearances. So it's, that's pretty low. It's a high rating, extremely high rating, considering how far back he's playing and that he's only got 2 assists. But he's just been really outstanding, so that's turned it around. Some other things. So the plan to sign Fiorini, which we did, and then sell Potts, worked really well, except to still this guy Brad Potts, who's 31 years old, his contract's expiring. I thought he's worth over $1 million. I thought, wow, we could sell him. That'd be awesome. That's a great plan, except that nobody wants him. So it looks like we're kind of stuck. Well, they want him at the end of his contract, but no one's willing to give us really any value whatsoever for him. And he is still a valuable player, as kind of one of our best all-around, well, kind of a good midfielder. So I think we're going to still use him. We did sell some other guy, Watts, so we kind of still need a midfielder there. So I think we're going to end up having to keep him. And I've been looking for some other players because, yes, the board came to us and they said, you're doing pretty well. Would you like to change the expectations? And so I said, sure. So instead of fighting bravely against relegation, we upped it to avoiding relegation, which meant, nicely, they increased our budget now to £110,000 instead of £100,000. They also tossed a little bit more cash into the transfer market and added £100,000 there. So we've got £15,000 worth of stuff to do. And this is where I'm starting to get into. I've been trying to find, that's not where we want to go, but I'm trying to find some new players to bring into the team, because we have $300,000 plus to spend and on transfers, and we have about $15,000 in salary. We could bring in a pretty nice player. And I'm going around these teams, and the guy says he's worth like $100,000, so I'll offer like $60,000, and they'll come back and say, no, we'd like $7 million. And so I haven't really been able to find anybody. It's kind of a new element to the game to me. So if you got kind of tips on how to find some of these players that could help out, because I'm looking at it saying it doesn't make sense to buy a guy. These are guys whose contract are expiring at the end of the season. It doesn't make sense to spend $3 million for a guy who's only got 4 months left on his contract. So yeah, so I don't know quite about that, but we'll figure it out. But still, I don't think we necessarily need to add someone, so I'm not panicking. I am using some of that money to re-sign up some of our own players whose contracts are expiring at the end of the year. I'm just kind of taking a look here. I think that might actually be, finances now actually have gone up a little bit. We're at 400-something thousand. Because we beat Crystal Palace in the FA Cup third round, we got £160,000, and we got, I think, about £240,000 in revenue because we played them both home and away. I got £240,000 just from playing them away. So we jumped up about £400,000, which is really nice. So we got to keep that trend going. We do have, I think it is our next FA Cup fourth round is Norwich, which sounds normally like a good deal, but they're actually 6th in the Premier League. What the heck? I mean, they've just gone nuts here. So they're doing really well. So I might end it there. But it is a away match, should bring in some more money as well. So that's pretty good. But I think that's everything that I wanted to touch base on. Let's dig in now and kind of jump into our match. We're playing Sheffield Wednesday today. And with the outside, we've got 2 injuries. Fiorini, who I'm a little bit concerned that we're missing because he's been kind of catalyst there in the center now. We've been playing him pretty much all the time. And then I've also kind of switched some of our wingers out because it wasn't working. I've been playing Harry Naylor Everett, but he's got the flu or something like that, so he's going to miss this match as well. So we got a little bit of a depleted team, but yeah, but still, morale is good and we're playing well. So let's get this started. I think we just check our bench here. We got forward, right, left, midfielders. Yeah, we're good. Let's submit this team and get going. Sheffield Wednesday sits, I think, 3 or 4 places below us in the standings. So, and we have them away, but we're still going, even though we're going away, we're kind of still going at it here. So we're going positive and stuff like that, going kind of with what's working. So let's do our tactics. I just got a mosquito around here. It's summertime here. Okay, ask assistant. This mosquito is going to bother me. We might need to pause to go on Safari. But okay, so let's get this going here. We're the underdogs here, and that suits us to the ground. That seems good. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. Get out there and make a difference. Let's do this. Now watch. I think we haven't lost in like 8 matches. Of course, that means now that we're playing a YouTube episode, we'll probably lose here. So let's get started. We're in the rain, apparently. We are in our away yellow and blacks, and Nuneaton is in their gray drab. Pick it up. Nice. Will picks it up, fires it across. A lot of bouncing around, but nothing really good out of it. Bradshaw. There used to be a famous, an American football quarterback named Terry Bradshaw. I don't think they're related. But all right, so a quiet match here. 71% possession. That's pretty good. Okay, here we go. Holmes. The fun thing has been Kirby. Fire. Yes! There it is. Nice. Good start. Lakatos gets an assist. Kirby's play, too, has been just rejuvenated here. That was easy. Easy is as easy does, huh? Bang. Yeah, that's a good shot. It's praise. Lakatos and Kirby. We're up. The fun thing about this stretch, too, is that there have been wild matches. So many of them decided in the last 5-10 minutes with just some crazy stuff. So, keep moving. So it's been really fun to play, especially when you're getting the majority of the ones that are turning in your favor. I've had so many last-second heroics. Lakato's in alone. He's going to sink that. Oh, kick it into his stomach. Come on, boys. Let's get another one. How about get creative? Oh, I can't because I just praised them all. The interesting thing is that I think that shifting to that pressured, okay, I guess, shifting to moving Walsh higher up the pitch really hasn't compromised our defense very much, at least in terms of the number of goals we were giving up. So that's been good to see. It just feels like nice by Walsh. Babuana, Rowe crosses in. Here they come on the counter. Kamara, I think he's dangerous, but I stepped up nicely by our right back. We are motivated, half motivated here, huh? Looking pretty good. They're looking focused. Let's get a second one. Nope. Okay. Dressing room at halftime. It's been a quick match there, huh? Tell the boys they did well and their efforts were excellent. Yeah, let's go. Got the guard against complacency. They know that. There's a lot more to come from you, and I believe you got what it takes. A lot more to come from you. I believe you got what it takes. Let's see. Everybody's decent. Our wings struggle still, don't they? Robinson has no business playing at the level he's playing at, by the way. I think he rates out as something like a National League player. But he's good when he's out there. So he scored one of the 3 goals against Crystal Palace for us. I think he got our second goal to kind of get things going, keep it alive here. Nice steal. Nothing comes of it. Let's go, boys. Keep it going here. Probably look to sub out our wings in a little bit here. Getting frustrated. How about... Oh, Robinson's got a yellow card. Let's take care of that. I will bring probably Shane Flynn in to replace him. He gets tired fast, too. All right, this would be nice. Lakatos to Holmes to Walsh. Kirby back to Walsh. Walsh, I think, has our highest passing rate. Again, not many assists from where he's playing. There yes, nice. Rowe with the second goal of the season. Andrew Robinson, there it is. Nice cross right on his head. And we're up 2-0. Oh, it's such a happy place to be now. Nice. Goes up, fights for the header. Just want to pause real quick to praise them because otherwise, I wonder how long can you praise someone after the play before they just get totally confused why you're praising them? So those are both our wingers who picked up that goal. Robinson and Rowe outside there. Uh-oh. Yabada. No. Yes, nice. For a while there, too, interestingly, I mentioned in the last episode, you may recall, we had 2 of our goalkeepers hurt. And, make changes. Yep. 2 of our goalkeepers were hurt, and I worried that our last one was going to get hurt. And he actually did get hurt. O'Brien got hurt just as Pardo Roque was coming back. So for a little while there, we had it kind of where I thought we might have to put, someone pick some fan out of the stands to play keeper. It's like, anybody know what they're doing? But Pardo Roque came back. He wasn't match fit, but we were able to play him and work our way through that. God, keep it going, boys. This feels ominous. A little bit wide. A little bit on the wild side there. 65 minutes. Let's see what we want to do for tactical changes here. Gosh, everybody looks good. I mean, I suppose bring Robinson out if he's tired in a little while, but I don't see a reason to really change much yet here. We have been 70 minutes. Let's slow things down a little bit. We have not been. So last year, of course, and the previous years when we had our run of promotions, we were really able to a lot of times outshoot teams. And we're not doing that now. I think we're getting better chances in being a little bit more clinical, which is good. But again, we're a much weaker team. So if we can not be outshot, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, keep it going. Nice. Again, Walsh connecting the offense and defense into Robinson. Oh, just slices it wide. Okay, Robinson's at 72%, and he's having a good game, but we do want to make sure we don't forget about Shane Flynn, winger support. Get out there. Make a difference. He needs time. And 80 minutes. Let's see how this highlight finishes out here. Holmes, back to Mitchell, to Walsh, Lakatos. Offside. Okay, let's really slow it down now with 10 minutes to go. And who else might we want? Bayless could use some time. Rowe's been good, though, with the goal. Brad Potts could use a little bit of time. We could get Kirby out. But again, I feel like we're doing okay. We have a run of matches here now because we had that last one waterlogged. We have a number of matches in a row coming up. So I'm tempted to... Oops, yellow card. This is just flying along here. This was a quick match. Ease off tackles. And we're on our usual kind of, I think, the extended highlights and stuff. Let's just let it run out, huh? If we can. That's the intent anyway. Fox to Pierce. Pick it up. Nice. Walsh. Nice pass. Lakatos. Ooh, it's the bar. That should kill it off, huh? At the end? Here we go. Nice. Wow, it's like night and day. It's just completely different. I mean, we were so awful for that whole month and a half there. Let's go to the dressing room. Good win, boys. Calm. That was really special, lads. Nobody gave us a chance. A lot of people to praise here. 7-2s. Let's be a little bit... They've been kind of checking out when I praised them at below 7.4, but let's risk it here, Simon Walsh. I think he likes us. That's good. Go those three guys. Selected players. Impressed me out there. Everybody's happy. End team talk. How are we doing for standings now? 14th place with a game in hand on some clubs, huh? 38 points though. We're 13 points above relegation. Oh, it's feeling so much better. It's just amazing though. I mean, so yeah, let's go to the inbox here. Make it 7 unbeaten. It's like we're a different team. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or Dr. Hyde and Mr. Jekyll. I always get those confused. But my goodness, look at that stretch in there. A month and a half where we barely were lucky to win those two. And then just those little tweaks, and you get on a roll, and all of a sudden it's just wonderful again. So anyway, there you have it. We've done considerably better now. 13 points above. With, what do we got, 18 matches left to go. We need about 12 points in our last 18 matches. So, yeah, things are looking okay here. Let's take a look at the schedule and see when we'll come back. We're going to run through the rest of this month, and I might come back for Charlton because that's a kind of a grudge match that we have, or Sunderland here in the middle, or maybe, yeah, one of these three in here. Excuse me. We'll come back for that match as we go through. So we'll pick up another half dozen matches, then we'll be back for another one. We're driving on. If you got any ideas or any tips on player acquisition for this level of the game, I would be interested to hear them. But thank you again so much for coming by. If you've enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. If you're new and would like to subscribe to keep up with everything that's going on, please, that's welcome as well. Have a great day. I hope everybody's having a fun time, and we'll see you again in the next episode. Bye-bye.